The NBA is one of the most popular sports organizations on the planet. It gets a lot of attention, but players don't always play nice. That's why we're breaking down 6 of the most disrespectful NBA moments. Number 6. Kobe Bryant catches 2 nets. Of course, there were a number of moments from the last decade that we could have gone with for the legendary Kobe Bryant. This poster threw 2 Brooklyn Nets in 2012-2013 before he tore his Achilles that season deserves the love. The Lakers great was nearing the end of his age 34 campaign. Players that age with that kind of mileage that Bryant had on his legs aren't supposed to be able to do this. After he burns Gerald Wallace, a decent defender with a slight hesitation on the perimeter, Kobe goes airborne from outside the restricted area, even though Wallace is still on his hip and Chris Humphries rotates over in time to help. Neither could deny Kobe. He didn't just dunk on them, he somehow threw it down through them. Number 5. James Harden drops Wesley Johnson. Some might try to discredit this James Harden play by saying that he gave a little bit of an off-arm shove to the Clippers' Wesley Johnson mid-crossover. And that's fine. It's everything else that happens after the dribble that pushed this moment into the top 5. After giving Johnson the jelly legs, the Rocket star stares at the down defender, spins the ball, and then drills a 3. And as if all wasn't enough, Harden lets anyone who will listen know about the play as he runs down the court. Number 4. Blake Griffin destroys Kendrick Perkins. The former Clippers star had a massive and disrespectful dunk over Timofey Mozgov, although he didn't actually touch the rim on that one. He also had that absurd spin and slam over Danilo Gallinari in transition, but an arbitrary limit of 1 moment per player forced me to settle on this utter destruction of Kendrick Perkins and his attempt to contest perhaps the greatest in-game dunker of all time. Number 3. DeAndre Jordan annihilates Brandon Knight. The Lob City Clippers were something else. During their time there, LA was plus 91 points per 100 possessions when DeAndre Jordan was on the floor with Griffin. But they aren't remembered for their points per 100 possessions as much as they are for some of their more brutal plays. DeAndre Jordan would commit an all-out assault on the rim that often defied comprehension. He literally plowed over anyone in his way. On top of the sheer athleticism displayed on his alley-oop, Jordan stepped over Brandon Knight after the dunk. Then he gave the stink face that instantly became a mainstay in NBA memory. And finally, he hit the free throw to complete the 3-point play in season, in which he shot 38.6% from the line. Number 2. Stephen Curry over all of the Clippers. Stephen Curry tortures 4 of 5 Clippers in one single play. JJ Redick was the only one spared since he stayed on his man in the corner. In a span of 2 or 3 seconds and within maybe 2 or 3 square feet of the floor, Curry seemingly puts a move on Matt Barnes, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Spencer Hawes. Then, after dribbling away from the rim, the Warrior star launches a turnaround fadeaway 3 that would be considered a dreadful shot for just about every other player in the history of this sport. Number 1. Damian Lillard waves goodbye to Russell Westbrook. After being on the receiving end of plenty of trash talk throughout the first round playoff series, the Portland Trail Blazers guard stared down Oklahoma City's George, a lengthy defender who was an MVP candidate that season, and launched from 36 feet as time expired in the 4th quarter of Game 5. He drilled it, giving him 10 threes and 50 points for the game and ending OKC's season. But what really pushes this moment to number 1 though is what Lillard does afterward. He completely and utterly dominated Westbrook in this series, and then he waved goodbye to him after his shot. His stone-faced expression in the dog pile afterward gave him bonus points that he didn't even need. Now, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. This has been our breakdown of the 6 most disrespectful NBA moments.